Rey is a Solo. So she is Han and Leia's daughter, and I know this is one of the less popular theories out there. I know a lot of people, a ton of people, think Rey is a Skywalker, as in she is Luke Skywalker's daughter. And some other people still cling to that Obi-Wan Kenobi theory, which I think that's just BS. Sorry. And there's maybe some of you out there that believe she's just some random person. That's, that's possible too. But to me, the best theory, the theory that I like from a story standpoint the most, is for Rey to be a Solo. And I know you can come up with a variety of reasons, supposedly evidence why this is impossible, but remember, Star Wars is always through some kind of lens, and there's always withheld information, manipulated information. The famous line from Obi-Wan Kenobi, what I told you was true from a certain point of view. So just consider that throughout this video, okay? Yeah, because I'm sure you could easily in the comment section cite a bunch of things. And I'm not saying it's not true, but just consider the possibility that somebody's lying to you or withholding the truth, because, yeah, that's happened before in Star Wars movies, and it really wouldn't be surprising if it happened again. So, from a story standpoint, it just would be so rich. It would help the story so much, I think, to make her a Solo, because she had that whole relationship with Han Solo in The Force Awakens where he was like the father she never had, right? And how crazy would that be if he turned out to actually be her father? I mean, that would just be nuts. And that would hurt her a lot, yeah. It's not that I want her to be in more pain as a character, but, well, it's called Star Wars. There's going to be a lot of pain out there. It would also enrich her relationship with Kylo. So Kylo Ren, there's something weird between them, and it seems that he knows more information than he's letting on. He doesn't torture her as much as, like Poe Dameron is captured earlier in the movie, and he gets tortured, so like his face is bloody and stuff. And then Rey is in captivity in a very similar way, and she's not harmed. And so why is that? Kylo takes a special interest in her, and up to this point, after The Force Awakens, it's still unclear why. And even fast forward later in the movie when they're in their lightsaber duel, he seems to be holding back. He seems more intrigued by her. He wants to train her. And you compare that to his interaction with Finn, and he seems to totally despise Finn and not care at all, like if he hurts or kills Finn. So that's a nice contrast right there. So anyway, it's kind of, yeah, it would be very interesting if they turned out to be brother and sister. Maybe he already knows that. So I don't know. And maybe he's kind of holding that up to have a moment, Rey, I am your brother, which that would really parallel the famous moment in Empire Strikes Back, wouldn't it? That wouldn't be quite as powerful if it were Rey, I'm your cousin. That's kind of more like, huh? Really? Well, alright. That's weird, but yeah. Anyway, so that would be so much more powerful if they're brother and sister, and then also the fact that he not only killed his dad, but their dad. So that would, yes, kind of put a monkey wrench in things too. The other thing is, okay, presumably Rey will go through some Jedi training in this next movie, The Last Jedi, with Luke, regardless of his relationship to her, even if they're total strangers. But in previous Star Wars movies, the Jedi have always been mentored by father figures and not actual fathers. So yeah, that would be very different if the filmmakers decided to make Luke her father rather than somebody at least a little bit removed like an uncle. So that's some evidence there. And then, oh, and then you also have the Millennium Falcon, how this fits into everything. So she's a great pilot, right? Which fits in both with Han Solo and with Luke Skywalker. They're both excellent pilots, but she's now captain of the Millennium Falcon, and she's buddies with Chewie and all that. So it's more relevant if she were related to Han Solo than Luke Skywalker, and in a way more fitting as the kind of heir to the Millennium Falcon. So those are just some of my reasons, and it just really, to me, would enrich the story for her to be a Solo, which, by the way, you guys, if she's a Solo, don't forget, that means she is also a Skywalker. She's just a Skywalker through Leia's lineage rather than through Luke's. So she still can have the Darth Vader grandfather thing, and the strong Force abilities, and all of that. It's all built in there. It's really the best of both worlds, you guys. She gets all the Han Solo stuff, and the Skywalker stuff, and, and the Leia stuff, too. Maybe that means she'd be good with politics and a very strong leader. So, man, you combine that kind of all together, it's really the best of all worlds. So, that's why Rey is a Solo and a Skywalker, and she's not any of that other stuff. And feel free to, I don't know, comment whatever you want in the comments section, and it'll be really interesting to see what ends up happening in December. If I'm right or wrong, I will certainly be interested at rewatching this video, and maybe you will be too.